Welcome in, everybody. I'm Eric. This is John. This is a weird weather day, going from snow to this.
It really is. It was quite remarkable because it was coming down rather heavily at 7:15, 7:30, even before that. And then just like that, it stopped and it got warm, kind of.
Talking with meteorologist James Gilbert, who's actually behind this monitor right now, busy working. But the snow ratios this morning, it was such a heavy, wet snow that doing some of the math, they were almost down to 3-to-1, which, by the way, for reference, a normal kind of average ballpark is for every inch you get of rain, you'd get 10 inches of snow out of that.
Yeah.
3-to-1 just tells you how much moisture and water was in those snowflakes. It really was incredible.
It really was. And I went out there to shoot for a bit, but just as soon as I got moving,
it's gone.
It really was. It at least stopped snowing.
Well, and part of the problem was, even while it was accumulating, it was still melting. It was just snowing so hard to overcome that. But then we got into the mid-40s, and now you got a scene like this, where a lot of that snow is giving way to some green grass. We are falling back down tonight. Temperatures will drop back to about the freezing mark by midnight, but this is still a far cry from where we were not that long ago, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, temperature, this is just unreal compared to some of the winters we've had here, and some of the Februarys. Yeah. Let's go back, first of all, to yesterday, and a shot I took at Letchworth at the Middle Falls, where normally this waterfall would have some ice on it, right? You know that. It's all water. Well, that same waterfall 5 years ago this week looked like that. 95% frozen over. Of course, we had record cold, epic cold back in that February. A lot of people ask me, what about the ice volcano? Well, I checked that out too yesterday. About 4.5, 5 feet tall, right? How about 5 years ago this week when it made national and international news when it reached to the heavens? Look at the people there watching it. That's how big the thing was. And we set many records that February. The average temperature was 11 degrees that month. And Eric, you know as much as I do that we have not had that extended cold snap at all this year. Not, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9 days in a row, which it would take to get significant icing on the fall. But that was like once in a lifetime stuff there.
If memory serves, we've only had, I want to say, a half a dozen times we have dropped into the single digits all winter, let alone an average temperature of 11.
It's amazing. And think about it. The average was 11, so those overnight lows were bitter, bitter cold.
Way colder than that.
Toughest conditions I ever had shooting was shooting those clip. And I got video I'm going to share Thursday. It was just brutal.
Did you have the drone?
I did not, no. And I was a sports guy back then. I was just in the infancy of my digital life. But the drone, it would have done all right, because I've flown it in wind chill 15, 20 below. But you just have to keep it up in the air no more than 2 or 3 minutes, get your shots and land it. Absolutely.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
Maybe we'll get something like that next year. We'll see. Well, and I'll let you know how it does.
Our cold months are largely behind us here at this point. So there's your radar. This is all rain, mind you. Cold front is now pushed east of Rochester. That's about it. Right there is the location of your cold front. We've got some rain that is along with it. On the backside of this, however, it's largely rain-free, minus a couple of sprinkles now into parts of Wayne County. Finger Lakes are getting the last burst of rainfall. Now, what we're waiting on here moving forward, the wraparound flow to get those winds more west-northwest, which will get us back into the lake effect mode. Of which, yes, stemming from your conversation, there's no ice on these Great Lakes right now.
No.
Water temperatures, I mean, they're cold. It's not like they're comfortable, but we're in the middle 30s for most of Lake Ontario as of today, which, you know, is still plenty mild enough that you get these cold air bursts like we're forecasting. And there you go. Here come the lake effect snow bands. It's always fascinating to see the connection. There's a connection from Lake Huron. We'll watch the other one from the Georgian Bay. And as these connect the dots, we go all the way through parts of western New York. That's what's going to give us our next round of accumulating lake snow, at least through parts of the area. Through the rest of this evening, no snow. We'll have some light rain. It's getting colder, but no big deal. By early tomorrow morning, I do think there are going to be some bursts of snowfall. It should not be a repeat of what we saw this morning. It's noticeably colder. We'll have temperatures in the 20s. The core of the accumulating snow, to me, looks like it's going to favor, I would say, late Wednesday into early Thursday. There's going to be a subtle chunk of energy that will help realign those winds. And with that being said, this is the map we're going with for accumulations. If you live along the lakeshore counties here, Orleans, Monroe, you may end up with a few more inches out of this, but, you know, they're going to flutter around. You'll get bursts where it snows hard and then it stops. This is where we think there's going to be some more concentrated banding where they sit and park a bit longer. So some spots, not everybody, but some spots and Wayne County will end up with more than half a foot of snow, and they have winter storm watches that kick in late tomorrow all the way through early Thursday. Expected impact out of this, it's going to be that 104 corridor. Places, I would say, all the way from Webster to Wolcott, Williamson, Walworth, Lyons. We're all going to be fair game for trying to figure out where this band is going to end up sitting. But thankfully, no problems here for the rest of this evening. 8-day forecast. The cold does not last long. There will be no ice volcanoes with this recent round here, back to about freezing on Friday. Sunshine Friday, Saturday. This is going to be a really nice stretch. I think it's partly cloudy on Sunday, and we're warming up by that point, too. Highs going back into the 40s.
Wow.
Next week, to me, at first blush, appears like it wants to lean warm as well.
Very interesting. So, I mean, this is how it's been this entire winter, a lot of up and down.
It feels like that.
Yeah.
And James, by the way, wrote a great article that's up right now on rochesterfirst.com. I encourage you to give that a read. Looking ahead to, we're likely not going to see another system area-wide snow until March. This may take until March to finally get another good wallop out of this. Now, there's going to be lake effect involved in there, obviously, these next few days.
Yeah.
But the pattern right now really does not appear to support that. And James kind of goes into detail of everything that we're thinking with that.
March means March Madness.
Yes,
and I'm not talking about basketball alone. We'll see what happens.
I hope we got one or two more good ones still left in us. The snow fan in me.
My hunch is that we do.
We shall see. We'll see you coming up at 5 o'clock. Until then, have a great afternoon.
Take care.